Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Outer Rim Cantina. My name's Alan, and today we have some pretty big news from EA Star Wars. They just made this announcement this morning, actually, that Respawn is working on 3 brand new Star Wars games. But before we dive in, if you enjoy the video, then don't forget to give it a like. Those really do help boost the channel in the YouTube algorithm, and any support is appreciated. If you love Star Wars and want even more discussions, analysis, news, and theories, then subscribe to the Cantina today and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload or a live stream. So early this morning, about 8 AM actually, the EA Star Wars account tweeted out that we're excited to announce 3 new Star Wars games officially in the works from Respawn. And when you follow their link over here, it takes you to this blog post titled Electronic Arts and Lucasfilm Games announce new Star Wars titles from Respawn Entertainment. So it says, upcoming titles include the next game in the Star Wars Jedi franchise, aka the Jedi Fallen Order sequel, a new Star Wars FPS from Peter Hirschmann, and a strategy game via a publishing collaboration between Respawn and BitReactor. And now if you don't know who Peter Hirschmann is, he was actually the executive producer on the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 way back in 2005, so super exciting to know that he's coming back into the Star Wars FPS space, working with Respawn to get us a brand new first-person shooter, which is an area in the gaming space for Star Wars that has been sorely lacking lately ever since EA ended support for Battlefront 2 a couple of years ago now, actually. So the article goes on to say, Electronic Arts and Lucasfilm Games are joining forces to continue delivering all new world-class gaming experiences set within the beloved Star Wars galaxy. Respawn Entertainment, best known for their work on Apex Legends, Titanfall, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, is leading the development and production of these new projects. Vince Zampella, Group GM and founder of Respawn, will oversee this new phase of EA's relationship with Lucasfilm, building on Respawn's award-winning history in game development and expertise in telling compelling Star Wars stories. Game director Stig Osman and his team at the studio are already working on the next game in the action-adventure Star Wars Jedi series, and are joined by 2 new teams working to deliver additional unique Star Wars gameplay experiences across multiple genres. Leading the development of Respawn's all-new Star Wars first-person shooter game is Peter Hirschmann, game director at Respawn, who has a long and accomplished history with the Star Wars franchise. The third title is a Star Wars strategy game developed through a production collaboration with the newly formed studio BitReactor, helmed by games industry veteran Greg Forsich. I'm probably mispronouncing that name, and I apologize. Anyways, Respawn will produce the new Star Wars strategy game, while BitReactor leads the development of the title. And something you might not know is that most of the BitReactor team are actually, veteran game devs, but more importantly, most of them are the devs that worked on the original XCOM series, which is a super fantabulous strategy game. So if we can get, like, essentially an XCOM clone, but in Star Wars, oh, that'll be so good. And I am so ready for something like that to happen. So Douglas Riley, the vice president of Lucasfilm Games, said, quote, "We are excited to continue working with these superbly talented developers at Respawn." And he goes on to say, they have demonstrated excellence in telling epic Star Wars stories along with best-in-class gameplay across different genres, and we are looking forward to bringing more amazing experiences to the galaxy far, far away. Building on the previous success of our EA relationship, this new collaboration highlights the trust and mutual respect shared between the world-class teams at EA, Respawn, and Lucasfilm Games. And that was Sean Shoptaw, the senior vice president for Walt Disney Games. And they went on to say, fostered by the expertise and passion within each team, we will create thrilling original games for diverse audiences across the Star Wars galaxy. So basically, all of that business jargon and talk essentially just means that they're working hard on some new Star Wars games, and probably even more titles past these 3 that they are announcing today. But anyways, Peter Hirschman says, quote, "Working with Lucasfilm Games on a new FPS in the Star Wars galaxy is a dream come true for me, as this is a story I've always wanted to tell." And the article ends off with, "Work has already begun on all 3 of these projects, and Respawn is looking for talent to join the teams." So, you know, if you have any sort of experience in game development or the games industry in general, you can go and apply for a job at Respawn. So there you have it. We have some brand new Star Wars games that are coming from Respawn and EA, and I am so glad that we finally actually have some concrete expectations put in place from EA, because we haven't really had anything like that since they cut support for Battlefront 2. Because, I mean, even when Lucasfilm Games was announced, right, all EA had was this one little tiny tweet that was basically like, "Hey guys, don't forget about us, we're still making Star Wars games, we promise," but then didn't actually give us any information on what the heck is going on. So the whole Electronic Arts and Lucasfilm partnership, and whether or not we're even getting any more games from EA, was pretty up in the air up until now. So again, glad we finally actually have some confirmation. And with this confirmation comes the fact that we now have 8 Star Wars games on the horizon. Yes, 8 whole Star Wars games. And I'm personally very excited about this, because we haven't had this many Star Wars games since, like, the days of LucasArts, right? Definitely didn't have this much excitement when EA was running the show. And Battlefront Updates actually made a thread of all the different games that are currently in development or on track to be released. So first up, we have Star Wars Hunters, and this is going to be a competitive arena combat game featuring a mix of hunters and set after the fall of the Empire, in case the story actually matters in some way, which I kind of highly doubt it will for a game like this. But I mean, hey, if there is some kind of story with it, that'd be cool, but I'm not really expecting it to be that deep, really, considering it's kind of just a... From the trailers, from the information that we know about the game, it kind of seems like it's just like an Overwatch clone, but for Star Wars, which, hey, you know, I'm all for that. It is only going to be available for iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch, so there's going to be no PC, no Xbox, no PlayStation, nothing like that. It's set to launch early this year, but they don't have a current date set, although they have been doing some soft launches in certain regions of the world. So Hunters should be coming down the pipeline pretty soon. Next up, we have LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which we also got some big news about last week as well. We finally have an actual solid release date for this game, which is April 5th, 2022. And hopefully that won't change again, because, again, hopefully they're actually mostly kind of sort of somewhat finished with the game. So we shall see. But then again, right, I don't really mind the delays too much, because this is really supposed to be the most expansive LEGO Star Wars game that has ever been made. So I do appreciate them delaying the game and actually doing things right, rather than just pushing it right out of the door and giving us a buggy mess, because I'm pretty sure all of us in the gaming space are pretty over these really crappy, kind of half game releases that we've gotten over the last couple of years. Looking at you, 2042. Anyway, moving on from that, we have the Star Wars Jedi sequel, and we now actually have official confirmation that the series of games that Fallen Order is set in is the Star Wars Jedi series. So the next game will be called Star Wars Jedi something, whatever, not Fallen Order 2. And we're also not entirely sure if it will continue the story of Fallen Order, you know, having Cal and Merrin in the same cast of characters. I kind of hope it does, because I kind of want them to explore the relationship between Cal and Merrin a bit more, because Merrin is my waifu, obviously, but the game is rumored to release late this year or early next year, so we will see how that goes. And then we have the Knights of the Old Republic remake from Aspyr, there is absolutely no release date for this game as of yet. We know pretty much nothing about it other than that really cool teaser trailer they gave us at the end of last year. So hopefully we'll get more details about that sometime later on this year, but I'm really not expecting the KOTOR remake until like maybe late 2023, early 2024, but of course that's just speculation. And then we have the untitled open-world Star Wars game from Ubisoft. So it's supposed to be a story-driven open-world game. I'm kind of envisioning it being in the realm of like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that. Massive, the studio that's making the game, also is making the Avatar open-world game. So the same team that makes that is going to make the Star Wars game. So hopefully the Avatar game is good, because that'll mean good things for the Star Wars game, and I'll probably buy the Avatar game and play it myself just to kind of experience it, so I can get an idea of maybe a little bit of what to expect from their Star Wars game, but we shall see. And moving on, we have the FPS game from Respawn that we know literally nothing about. What we do kinda sorta know from various and sundry sources that have already pretty much confirmed this, the Battlefront franchise itself is dead. There's absolutely no way it is getting revived anytime soon. That is absolutely shelved. EA wanted nothing to do with it. I personally, and a lot of other people online, don't really want DICE to touch the Battlefront franchise again after the very, very rocky start that Battlefront 2 got, and then EA screwing the game over after pretty much all the really major bugs had been fixed. So they ended support for the game and then pushed that whole team over to Battlefield 2042, and I'm just gonna be frank here, Battlefield 2042 is shit. It is absolutely terrible. It is a terrible game in every way, shape, and form, and at this point EA is just scrambling to try and save it, and honestly I highly doubt that it's going to work. I'm pretty sure that game is just gonna die and EA just needs to let it die. And of course there's still the bad blood from EA canceling support on the Star Wars game just to make the absolutely abysmal Battlefield game, and DICE just not being the studio that it was 10 years ago. I mean, most of the people that worked on Battlefront 2 left DICE once they canceled support for the game. Pretty much all the lead people are gone. Everybody that actually worked really hard to save Battlefront 2 is no longer with DICE. So if they did, in some parallel universe, if they did make a Battlefront 3, it would probably be crap. I hate to say it, but that's just the truth. But anyways, moving on from that, we have the untitled Star Wars strategy game, which again, could be some kind of XCOM type clone, but we shall see. And again, we don't have any sort of release dates or time frames for the FPS game or the strategy game. The only game announced today that we do kind of have a timetable for is the Fallen Order sequel, and that's just because of some leaks and rumors, so as always take those with a big old grain of salt, because they could very well just be completely false. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Star Wars Eclipse from Quantic Dream, and yeah, I mean, I don't really want to get into the controversy around this game in this video. I feel like that should be its own topic, but it's going to be a thing, at least currently it still is. It's supposed to be an action-adventure game set during the High Republic era, so possibly akin to like Detroit Become Human, that same style of game. We'll just have to wait and see, but of course, it's Quantic Dream, so yeah. But the rumor as of now is that the game is supposed to be released maybe 2025, 2026, so there is still a long way to go with that one, which is mostly good, I would say. maybe gives them time to kind of get their shit together in regards to the development team behind this game. But I'm not going to go into any more details on that. And one more I would like to add before we end this video off is the Star Wars The Old Republic Legacy of the Sith expansion, which is coming on February 15th. So it is a brand new expansion pack for the Star Wars The Old Republic MMO, and it's going to give us a few new planets, some new characters, new story, all that good stuff. So if you're into MMOs, you've been playing SWTOR, and you somehow didn't know that this expansion was coming out, or you didn't know about the delay because it was originally supposed to launch in December of last year, there you have it, something to look forward to next month, and I will definitely be playing it, and maybe even streaming it here on the channel. I don't know yet. We will have to wait and see. And that is all the information we have on every single Star Wars game coming down the pipeline as of right now. So, as always, pretty much every bit of information said in this video will eventually change, and when we get some major updates, I will, of course, keep you guys up to date on that. But as always, I would love to know what you guys think of any of the games talked about in today's video down in those comments below. And that's all the time I've got for today. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more daily Star Wars content. Both of those links are down in the description. And I hope to see you back here in the Cantina next time for another Star Wars video or a live stream. Until then, may the Force be with you.